I can't wait to go out there with my girls. Don't buy stock when we're in the season, buy stock now.
When I got here, I saw how talented everybody was. I had to work extra hard. I had to put in the extra time.
What's going on, Under Armour family? It is me, Bria Janelle. Yes, in a very different setting because I've got two phenomenal athletes that are with me today. Listen, we are going under the numbers, outside the lines. We're having conversations like you've never seen or heard before. And it starts right here. And today I'm here at Notre Dame, which is no, strange place to any one of us. I get a chance to be the voice of Notre Dame football during the football season. So I'm going to start with a guy who I've seen play. We're very familiar with each other. I'm going to start with, to my far right, Jack Kiser, who is a linebacker for Notre Dame football, a resident of Indiana, so no stranger to the city as well. And then to my other right, I have Olivia Miles Jr., point guard, holding it down for New Jersey and the women's basketball team. How are y'all doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm doing well. It feels good just to be able to sit down with you all outside of uniforms and really just have a conversation and look fly doing so, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So how has your summer been so far for you guys, and what's off season been like? Jack, I'll start with you.
Yeah, summer here at Notre Dame is pretty beautiful, right? The campus is gorgeous. And so being here, just training, doing your thing, enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah, the offseason has been fun. I'm getting back into playing, so I'm excited to kind of keep bonding with my teammates and my coaches and just play ball and have fun.
Okay, so when I get started with, when we have these conversations, I like to do this thing that's called like two truths and a lie. So we're going to go down the line. All right, so Olivia, I'm going to start with, I'm going to say two truths and a lie. And I want you all to guess, and we're going to guess each one. Just fun little icebreaker. All right, so my two truths and a lie. Let's see. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I played college basketball, and my favorite food is sushi. What's my one lie? What's my two
She
truths?
said the last one with confidence. So it's
Right,
not the
she
sushi
hesitated,
one.
but she knew it too.
Okay.
I think played college basketball is...
Yeah,
You think college basketball?
Yeah.
I think you knew someone who played college basketball.
Yeah. That's tough. At 5'3", I would have to say, as the kids say, that is cap. My lie is I do not like sushi. I am not a sushi person at all. Like I've tried it, I've tried it raw, I've tried it fried, everything else like that. So yeah, I'm not a sushi person. So if we ever go to dinner, guys, let's not do sushi. All right.
Me either.
All right. So I'm gonna go with you, Olivia. What's your...
Okay. I'm 22 years old. I love soccer, and I'm from the East Coast.
Okay. So on my intro, I know she's from the East Coast, from New Jersey. What you thinking?
I think she's not 22.
See, I don't think
she's young. She's young.
She is young. She's young. No, I don't think. No, there's no way you can be 22 because you're a junior.
And
But I'm a redshirt junior.
Oh,
But she came in early, I thought, right? Maybe.
we need help. Okay.
She's definitely not 22.
Okay, I don't think she's
saying
22.
right now.
I don't think you're 22.
Yeah, I'm 21. Good
Oh, okay. All right. What's the last
got
one? What you got, Jack? What's your...
Okay. In high school, I had drive your tractor to school day.
But you had a who? What did you...
That's definitely
Drive your tractor to school.
day.
Okay, I thought you said that, but I was like...
Okay.
Okay. Drive
Okay.
to school.
For a senior prank, we put a pig on our school. And my favorite place on campus is the grotto.
I think the pig one. He stuttered when he said that.
I think the pig one, too.
I think the pig one.
Yeah, not me.
Okay.
But it has been done before.
Okay, that sounds like a realistic senior prank. All right. So let's get down to it. Let's talk about your personal journeys. Everybody has their story, right? And I often say that as athletes, right, everyone's rushing to be famous, but not everyone's rushing to be great, right? And it's all about trusting your process and your journey. So, Jack, I'm gonna start with you. How did you get started with football? And talk about your journey from, Indiana, being, a kid in Indiana playing, youth football all the way up to now being one of, the guy at Notre Dame, right?
Yeah. So I'm the youngest of four. I have, two older brothers. And so fortunately I wasn't, able to go in the backyard and play with them and kind of watch them grow up and play high school ball. And then one of them went and played college ball. And so I got to see that in, first person. So I saw the hard work. I saw, the dedication and everything that it took. And so then being from Indiana, kind of just grinding and doing whatever I can, and then came to Notre Dame, started getting recruited here, fell in love with this place. But when I got here, I saw how talented everybody was, right? You don't come to Notre Dame if you're not going to be talented. And so that's when, things kind of changed. I had to work extra hard. I had to put in the extra time and film and whatnot. And then a lot of patience, right? You got to stick to the process, and your moment will come. And for me, it's come, and I've tried to take advantage of it and make the most of the opportunity.
Yeah. Olivia, so for you coming from the East Coast, right, and then coming to the Midwest, it's similar weather-wise, but very different when you talk about, just maybe the cultural dynamics, the things that you might do, in New Jersey that not necessarily do in South Bend, right? So talk about your experience and your journey and what it's been like, how you got here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the oldest, so I didn't really have anyone else to kind of look up to, like Jack did. Except my parents were always really hard workers. None of them played basketball, but I played soccer ever since I could walk. So that was a sport that I was really gonna get into. That was my trajectory. That's what my parents wanted for me. And then on one random day, I started picking up basketball, got signed up for a little kids camp around like 9 or 10. And that's kind of when it started to take off, and I used to play every day and play with my friends and stuff. But I didn't know I was going to be as good as I am now until I hit high school, and that's kind of when it really took off. And I'm just grateful to have ended up in a place like Notre Dame. Like you said, it's a little different from what I know. But I've embraced Indiana and Indiana culture because basketball is it's beloved here.
It's huge.
It's huge here. And, I'm grateful that I'm in a spot where, I can call my second home. I cherish the East Coast with all my heart, but, I've come to love Indiana as well.
For sure. And this question is for both of you all. And Jack, if you want to answer it first. Every athlete has that defining moment where you're like, this is it. This is whether you're a dual sport athlete, you're playing, football and basketball or baseball or have you. But what is that moment where you're like, this is my defining moment that's like, this is my sport. Like, I'm going to take this serious. What was that moment, whether it was a game, whether it's a practice, a conversation you had with someone?
Yeah, I mean, so I went to a small school in Indiana. So I was always kind of more athletic, bigger, stronger than most of the kids. So I was always pretty good. But it wasn't until I got to Notre Dame and, again, we actually were playing Wisconsin in the Shamrock Series game, and I got an interception for a touchdown, and it was all right, I belong here. I can play at this level. So that was definitely the moment where I was like, I belong here. I can compete.
Yeah. Olivia, what about you?
Yeah, I think for me, it was, I guess, when I was just starting AAU, and I was playing softball at the time as well. And I think there was an AAU weekend where a softball game kind of conflicted. And that was at the time where I was really coming into my own in basketball. And I was like, I have to choose one. And I kind of made that decision then, very young. But I was kind of confident in the fact that, I'm just going to go all the way with basketball. And I still played softball, but it kind of waned off after that. And ever since then, when I enrolled early here and I was kind of holding my own, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of built for this. You just have that moment as an athlete where, all your work comes and it shows in the right places and at the right times. And I was really happy with that and happy where I am.
So I'm gonna ask you this because Jack mentioned this. He talked about the big game against Wisconsin. This is I belong. Every athlete has that moment where you're like, this is my thing right here. This is my court. This is my field. What was that game where you're like, this is me. This is I know I belong here at Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think we were playing Louisville 2 years ago now, and it was a close game, went into OT, and I hit the game-winning shot to win the game, and that was kind of I think I went to the crowd, I was like, this is mine, in other explicit terms, but more.
This is your house. That's what you really want to say, Jay.
More PG for the podcast, but no, that's when I felt truly that I belonged here at Notre Dame, and that I fit in right into the program's culture, history, tradition. Of just excellence and winning. And it just made me so happy that I could bring that to the fans and to our team.
Absolutely. As an athlete, a lot of life lessons are learned in between the lines, right? Whether it's being accountable for your teammates, hitting lines, whatever the drills are, right? At what point, when you talk about your sport as a whole, right? How has it helped you develop as a person, to become a better human being, not only on the field, in the court, but off the court and field?
Yeah, I'll take this one. I think, and my team always talks about this, like it derives a sense of discipline, integrity, and also just a care for the people around you. You learn to become in tune with how other people are feeling, and you learn to problem solve on the fly. When things aren't going your way in a game, you learn how to adjust, and I think that's such a good life skill. And I've learned, especially through this injury, that things aren't going to go your way, but you always have to pivot and learn how to kind of, deter it back in your direction. So I think that that's kind of what I've learned the most about being an athlete for sure.
Yeah, and one thing Coach Freeman always harps and kind of built the program on is TGS, or the golden standard, right? And a lot of people, when they think of that, that applies, of course, on the football field, but also applies in the classroom, right? We're going to have a competitive spirit in the classroom. We're going to choose hard and do the right choices and not take the easy way and not take the shortcut. But at the same time, when you come to Notre Dame and you play a sport at Notre Dame, like everybody has that same like DNA already, right? That's just built in. You don't choose Notre Dame just to come here and play sport. Like it's a lot more than that.
Right.
There's a lot of other stuff that's really hard. Like in the winter, you're walking across campus and it's 2 feet of snow.
Trekking through that snow, yes.
Like
It's a challenge.
you learn, like, is this sport worth everything?
Right.
And so it's like being around people that are like-minded like that, like really makes a difference.
Right. They say the best time to prepare for life is during the off season. You guys are in off season now, Jack. We got a chance to talk about you just being in the off season now and what it's like, and you coming into your 6th season, right? This is very different. Whereas like Olivia is, in her junior year. What's off season been like with you? Walk us through a day. I'm a fan, right?
Yeah.
Walk me through what your day in life is like from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. I want the details.
Yeah. So I'm in a really fortunate position. I have 2 degrees from Notre Dame, right? I've put in the work. So now I'm a non-degree seeking student, just taking credits to stay eligible, but I get focused on football, which is, my passion, my love. Right. So on a daily basis, like wake up at like 6:30, 7, come in, we do a workout, we do a run, and then most guys have to hurry off to class. I get to stick around, I get to eat, I get my shake, and then I'll go back in the weight room, do mobility, do stretching, go in the training room, get some, recovery done, and then, get lunch, and then just kind of hang out, watch some film, prep for the season, do last year's review, and then hopefully I'll have some time in the evening if I want to go golfing or something. So it's very it's been an amazing summer, amazing off season. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's been great.
I love it. So as a degree-seeking student,
A little different.
Still in the grind.
Can you tell
Still
us
in the
about this grind?
Yes, my degree seeking grind. No, but on a daily basis for me, we work out around 6:45 to 7. So on a day like today, for example, we'll get up around 6:30, head to the gym, have our little on court team workout, and then we'll run, and then we'll lift, and then usually after this, I'll take a nap. Go eat, then take a nap. Take some time to myself because it gets pretty chaotic during the time that we're here. So I like that time to kind of respect my mind and my body. And then after that, I'll probably cook a meal and go hang with the team or
What are you cooking, Jack? Because we didn't get the invite, so what we need to know about this one.
everything: pasta, rice, chicken, some veggies. I love making meals and sharing it with the people I love. So
I love it. You guys, oftentimes we hear about the grind. What's the off day like for you? Like a chill day, like no working out, no, getting up early. Like, what are you guys doing? Because again, a lot of times we don't know, like, what are Notre Dame athletes doing? Like, you guys have to take a break at some point in time. So, Olivia, I'll start with you. And
yeah, I mean, on an off day, if my body's feeling kind of sore, I'll come in, do some mobility. But really, I'll just, like I said, I love to respect my mind and my body. So I'll listen to what it's saying to me, whether that's like I need time to journal, to meditate, to take a nap. But I also love just spending time with the people around me. So I think my most recent off day, we were all chilling at the pool, just having a good time. Basketball's supposed to be fun, not stressful. And you're ultimately around these people for so long, so many hours of the day. So it's fun to just be in an area that's not like high intensity, high pressure zone and just at the pool chilling like normal people. On our off days. So.
Yeah, and off days look different, like between in season, out season.
sure.
In season, like if you're not in the facility on the off day, like
Right.
are you really putting in the
Are
work?
you committed to the grind?
But in the off season,
Sure.
no, it's like the coaches really stress too around here. Like get out, like go be a person, right?
Right.
Go have a life.
Yeah.
And that's just like that's great. That's hanging out with teammates at a pool. That's hanging out on the golf course, driving to Chicago, like whatever it may be.
Yeah, so you mentioned golf. I think you and I both have an affinity for golf. I think it's safe to say. When you're going to play a round of golf, are you driving a car? Are you walking? Are you pushing your clubs? We need to know. People need to know.
So I'm always the guy who hates, getting the cart. Like I want to walk, but
The athlete.
like,
Yeah.
but everybody else gets a cart, so I ended up just getting in the cart too. But we used to have a little nine hole course over there, and so last summer when it was open, I would just carry my little Sunday bag and walk it every evening. So that was always really nice. But this summer it's been a lot of riding in a cart.
Absolutely. So obviously you talked about your journey through sport and landed you at Notre Dame, but talk about the recruiting process. How did you get to Notre Dame? I'm sure, the recruiting process is different than it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, right? So what was it that made you want to choose Notre Dame and say, this is where I belong, this is where I want to play like a champion? So
Yeah, I think Notre Dame was always high on my list, but it wasn't my first choice. I was actually really close to committing somewhere else, which is, the story of that is crazy. But no, Notre Dame was always high on my list just because my family had always emphasized good academics above everything else. So Notre Dame really had the mix of like high academics and high sports. I know a lot of people say that, but it really was the perfect mix, along with just the community vibes and the alumni network that the women's basketball team has is incredible. Along with Coach Ivy, she really helped me and guided me through my process, and I trusted her a lot. And I wanted to play for a head coach, a woman of color, in a position of power, and learn from her. So that was kind of what guided me, and I'm grateful for that decision.
can I add in also a former WNBA player as well?
Yes, of course.
Yes. What about you?
Yeah, so in high school, I got the generic like, "Hey, come to a Miami of Ohio game." Like 500 kids probably got. And my dad, being from Indiana, he's like, "Yeah, let's just go up there on a Saturday afternoon. What else we have to do?" Came to the Georgia game. It was a night game here at Notre Dame Stadium. And if you've ever been to a night game at Notre Dame Stadium, it's different.
Yes.
It really is. And it sold me. Like going in the tunnel, walking around campus, and just feeling the buzz, the electricity in the air. Seeing the trumpets under the dome. Like I was like, I gotta come here.
Yeah.
And fortunately, as the recruitment process went on, got offered a scholarship, and really had a good connection with Coach Lee, who was our defense coordinator at the time, and decided this was the place for me.
So one thing that you all both have in common outside of being athletes, student athletes, right, is the fact that Notre Dame connects us to so many different people as having an international presence, right? Both of you all were fortunate enough to be able to play internationally this year. We saw it on social media, right? But oftentimes we didn't get a chance to really hear from the athlete about your experience. How was your experience? Let's start with Paris.
Yeah, Paris was insane. I've never been to France before. So it was cool to kind of visit the landmarks, go to the Eiffel Tower, just be welcomed by their people. It was awesome. We didn't have much time to kind of venture around as much as I'd like. But it was fun to kind of be in that space, be in that environment, and also just play basketball, do the things we love with, the people we love. So it was crazy. And, the game atmosphere, like even overseas it was still packed in there, and the energy was great. And, it was experience for a lifetime for sure.
What was one experience that you had that you haven't shared with anybody that you can share with our Under Armour family?
In Paris?
Yes.
I guess seeing the Mona Lisa, that may be, I don't know, not exciting, but for me it was really exciting because it was the first time, and seeing that many people there and just appreciating, a piece of art that, everyone wants to see. It was pretty cool to do in my lifetime.
Yeah, so talk about the Notre Dame Navy game.
Yeah, anytime the Fighting Irish go to Ireland, like it's a big deal. And the Irish, natives definitely welcomed us, and so it was a really neat experience driving through the city in the buses and just seeing everybody in the cobblestone streets and just cheering on the Irish was really cool. And then playing in a soccer stadium, you might be like, oh, it's smaller, but the energy in there was wild. It was really awesome environment. And the people, like everybody was just so nice, and the food was amazing. and the bed was like the best part.
That's the highlight.
And we stayed outside of Dublin on a like some type of resort, and it was beautiful. The countryside was so green, and the hills and the fields. It was spectacular.
So what was one experience that you can share with us that we didn't see on social media? Because I mean, I felt like we saw so much documentation, but what do we miss?
Yeah, so it's actually funny. Normally, the coaches always got the first class seats and the players in the back. Coach Freeman changed that, like starting last year with that game, and he put the starters in the first class, like cubes that lay completely flat and everything. And so I got to sit up there for that flight, and it was like spectacular. Like I felt so cool. Like man, this is what life is like. So that was like a lot of the guys were very pumped for that to happen.
Absolutely. One thing you guys, I mean, y'all have is a fan base, right? Where you talk about, basketball continuously selling out, having like record crowds, or football, just, I mean, 70,000+, just screaming Notre Dame fans. Talk about the fan base and really how that helps you all with athletes in these big moments where you're like, we lean on our fan base. Olivia.
Absolutely. Our fans are incredible. You'll talk to fans who have been season ticket holders for decades and decades, which is incredible. And they always share a common love of the university, the name. And it's so amazing to be able to go out there and represent them. And we always feel bad when we, start the game a little rough because we know that they're cheering us on and we want to put on a good show for them. But we know that they always have our back and, they cheer super loud for us and make it hard for the other team to kind of score and get in-game momentum. So I love our fans. They're so nice. They're so friendly. And they're very loyal. And, I know a couple fans in particular that literally travel to every game that we go to. And it's pretty crazy because we can find an Irish fan in any sort of stadium we're at. So it's awesome. And you can always count on them to kind of be there to support us.
For sure. Jack.
Yeah, one thing that we do for Notre Dame football, which I absolutely love, is the player walk from the Basilica to the stadium. And, just even if it's a small game or a smaller opponent, you'll have thousands of people lined up on the sidewalk, just yelling your name, just wishing you guys good luck, and it's just a spectacular moment. And then you see a common face that will be at the same spot every single game, and maybe I've never met that person before, but I recognize them, and so I'll give them a high five, and it takes your mind away from the game and the stresses and the nerves of the game, and it just centers you and understand all right, this is bigger than just a football game. A lot of people, this is their Saturday in the fall, this is how they enjoy themselves, and they're here for us, they're here to watch us. It's a really cool moment to kind of take it all in, and kind of understand this is bigger than just one thing.
So walk us through this moment, and I want to be very detailed and set the scene. So you're leaving Coach Freeman gets you guys motivated. Father John said his prayer, right? You guys are walking down the steps. You hit that sign, play like a champion.
Yep.
What's going through your mind before you hit that field?
Well, normally you can hear the crowd from the tunnel, and so that's the coolest thing. It's wow, it's pretty rowdy in there. This is gonna be a sweet game. And then just running out to the fireworks and all the fans. And the thing I do every time I run out is I look left, look right, and just take in the scene. And then run to the opposite end zone, say a quick prayer, and then it's waiting for kickoff, right? And the nerves are just rolling, and the butterflies in your stomach. It's one of the best feelings.
So you have a chance to play for an iconic coach who's played in the WNBA, but also we've seen several WNBA players that have come from this program that are current and former that are doing incredible things. Knowing that you played for such an iconic school and a program, talk about what it means just to play for Coach Ivy, here at Notre Dame.
Yeah, like I said earlier, she is someone who I want to emulate. I look up to her. Her traits as a leader have helped me become, a better captain, a better leader to the girls on our team. And just playing for her as a point guard, she won the national title as a player and as an assistant coach. So it would mean everything to me to give back to her and win it for her as a head coach. So I'm just excited to kind of keep learning from her in the time that I'm here, and take her guidance. You know, she was great during my injury, a resource. You know, unfortunately she went through that, but fortunately for me, she was a resource, and just a person I could look up to and lean on during that time.
Absolutely, and you talked about it. Let's take a step farther because you guys had a great record this year, 28-7, made it to the Sweet 16. What are you guys working on now so you can get back to that championship run from your Elite Eight to Final Four, and now playing in that, being on the biggest stage in college basketball?
Yeah, I think for us, it's more so mentality. It's nothing really tangible that we're working on right now. Getting that killer mentality, you know, it was tough for us last year just with our numbers. And so we're kind of pushing through this year to be like, you know, we can do this with any amount of people we have on our team, and just willing our team to win in the end. I think that's the biggest thing for us is kind of gaining that, like I said, killer mentality, so we can go out there and kind of beat whoever's in front of us.
Absolutely. So, Jack, for you, 6 years, you know, big year for you. You know, a lot of high expectations, new quarterback, new running back. What are you guys looking forward to, and how do you get back to that season where we had a great season last year?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Free has done an amazing job of assembling a roster that, you know, has the talent, has, you know, every aspect of the team, you know, is capable of winning their one-on-ones and getting their job done. So the next step is just, you know, in the little details, right? It's making sure that everybody's on time. It's holding each other accountable. It's just pushing the program farther, right? Leaving it better than you found it. And so this offseason's been a lot of, you know, getting the younger guys to feel like they have a leadership role. It's making sure that everybody feels like they're part of something bigger than themselves. And Coach Freeman, like I said, has done an amazing job. And so we're really excited. Like you said, we have the talent. We got the quarterback. We got all the pieces. We got the speed. We just got to put them together and play as a team. So, yeah.
So as you guys put it together this year, let's talk a little bit about it. Like, obviously, you know the goal is to win a national championship, right? That's no brainer, right? That's every athlete says it. That's a traditional answer. But I need you guys dig a little bit deeper. What are your personal goals this year that you have written down, maybe in that notebook, on that board, that people haven't seen yet?
Yeah, I think for me, coming back off of such a major injury, I think that the goal for me is to take the pressure off of doing X, Y, and Z, doing, you know, the top things, because I feel like that will come. I guess my biggest thing is coming back confident in myself and not putting the pressure to prove whoever it may be wrong. I'm just excited to you know, walk into my role and to show everyone kind of what I've been working on this past year. And I'm not going to put any sort of pressure on myself to go and do the most, essentially. But obviously I have goals and whatnot that I want to strive for, but I really am taking it slow with my recovery and coming back on the court. And my biggest goal is to just make it through the first game and be happy and feel confident and just keep building off of that each game.
For sure. Jack, what about you, man?
Yeah, I mean, I think every athlete wants to have, you know, a really good year and play well and everything. But being a 6-year, like, I have a unique role of, you know, I'm the old head in the locker, right? Like, I'm
Oh my
almost,
goodness.
I'm gonna be 24 in the season, and there's guys,
So old, dude.
and there's guys in the locker room that are 17, and so it's a unique role that, like, I feel, you know, my goal, one of my biggest goals is to make sure that, like, the younger guys, I can help them succeed, right? It's pulling them into the film room and trying to help them understand the concept, and then, you know, see them execute it on the field. And, you know, it's really hard as a true freshman or even a redshirt freshman to get on the field, especially at a big time program like Notre Dame. And so to, you know, be a piece or a key component of helping a young guy, you know, see the field and get his first snaps, like, that's a big deal. And so that's certainly a goal of mine is to be that, you know, X factor in their development process.
Absolutely. So game days, we know, obviously you all look very good. I would say you look good in your Under Armour gear. We know fits are a big thing, right? Game day fits, you know, look good, feel good, play good. We're just going to take that traditional style, right? So you guys talk to me a little bit about your game day fits and what you guys are rocking, because I know when you all take that walk, y'all are, you know, suited, looking very dapper with your suits, ties. But the footwear's there, you know. So what is your approach when you're like, you know, we got a big game today, I'm feeling good? Like, what are you going for, like, outfit wise?
Yeah, for us, it's not as snazzy yet. I do want it to be more snazzy, but I don't know. We don't have much time to kind of get ready. I feel like we're here and then we do walkthrough and then we just play magically. Like, we don't have time to, like, get dressed up, but I definitely want to get on that train this year. I've been talking to some media people about it just to get some content up, but for fits, I, like you said, look good, play good. I have the shoes in the locker. I'm just waiting to kind of put it all together, and I can't wait to do that this year.
Okay.
Yeah, if you come to the Players Walk, you'll see that we're in our custom jackets that have "Play Like a Champion" on the inside, and guys, some guys wear bow ties, other ties, no tie, white sneakers or dress shoes. Like it's kind of just whatever your feel is, right? And I certainly have kind of shifted and gone back and forth. I just kind of take after what's in style. What are my other teammates wearing? Hey, Ben, what do you got on over there? Okay, maybe I'll bust those out next time, right? But yeah, so it's really fun. It's kind of a chance to show some personality in that player walk. It does get hot.
Yeah.
Like especially early in the season, guys are sweating, but no, it's definitely fun.
Absolutely. So when you're getting dressed, just for fun, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. When you're picking out your outfit, you're like, I'm gonna go have a good time. Like I want to look good. Are you going shoes first or outfit first? Because this is like a real life conversation that I had today that I need to know.
Outfit first. Absolutely.
Okay.
My shoe closet isn't big enough, like yet. So I gotta go outfit, and then I'll find a pair of shoes that matches.
But I will say though, if you have a statement shoe, then you style the outfit around the statement shoe for sure.
So statement shoe for you, cleats for a cause. Talk to me about that and your cleats, and you've just been extremely passionate about that.
Yeah, so Cleats for a Cause is an initiative that we did 2 years ago. It's where we do custom cleats, and then afterwards we auction them off, and all the proceeds will go to charities that we select. And we also want to highlight those charities, and the cleats designs will have the charities on there. So 2 years ago we did 4 charities. This year we're doing 5, and they're all local. They're around South Bend. Guys are active there, so it's really cool and a unique initiative to kind of get guys to be passionate about. So this year we're doing slip speeds for the walk for the whole team. We actually have a Notre Dame student that's hand painting all of them, customizing them all. And then we have a handful, or I think 10 or 12 guys that will have custom cleats that are personalized to who they are. So if you're from LA and you want a sunset, California sunset, like maybe you could incorporate that on your cleat. Like I'm from a farm, so maybe somehow that's gonna be incorporated in my cleat. And then after the game, like I said, we'll auction them off, and the proceeds will go to the charities. And they're super grateful to have the spotlight and then to receive some of that donation. So it's something I'm very passionate about, and the guys love it. And it also is cool to kind of showcase your personality a little bit.
For sure. So Olivia, I want to start with you, and then I want to, Jack, I want you to answer this as well. We talked about the fan base in Notre Dame, right? But let's expand outside of campus. Talk about the community and what it means for you all to be able to give back to such an iconic and such a loving community.
Yeah, like I said, that was one of the main reasons why I came to Notre Dame. I love the community here. I love the people. One particular place that me and my teammates love to go to is the Boys and Girls Club, especially because, the kids there, they know us. We volunteer there a lot, and it's just fun to connect with the youth. I personally love working with the youth just because they're so impressionable, and, they look up to us and they listen, and it's fun to coach them and to be a part of their growth and development. And tell them all the good things about Notre Dame and have them aspire to be where we are. So that's one place for sure that me and my teammates love to go to, and it's a staple, and we'll continue to be going there for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the name Notre Dame nationally carries such a big kind of feel to it, but locally it's the same way. So when you see a kid at a camp or something, and he asks, "Are you a Notre Dame football player?" Like they're like, wow, like that is kind of a big deal. Like this kid sees that as like that's held on a high pedestal. And then of course the community around is so supportive. And we try to get out there and just show our face and be part of the community. And so it's always really fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's game days, right? Like anyone knows that I'm a music enthusiast. Like I love talking music across the board, across all genres. What's in your headset on game days? Like, let's talk about, let's curate this playlist right now. Like, what are y'all listening to? Just tell me your artist. Olivia, I'll start with you. Like the artist that you're listening to. Educate us.
Definitely SZA and Summer Walker. I'm more of a chill
sad
vibe.
songs.
That's
She's
not
a
sad.
crime board game,
It's not
basically.
sad. It's not sad. It's calming.
Okay.
I'm a very mellow person, and being in that environment is so like, and I feel like rap music and high intense music only gets my nerves working more. So I love listening to SZA and Summer. They just calm me down and listen to them.
So basically, you want Notre Dame fans to bring you tissues before a game. Is what you're telling us. Like, okay.
Basically, yes.
I love it. Okay, Jack, what you listen to?
I have to agree with Olivia. Like I listen to like Zach Bryan, like Mount
What
Joy,
is this?
like just nice easy bands.
Okay.
But I'm not even a big music person pregame.
Okay, so
Like,
what's
I'm,
your- okay.
I'm big into just talking, interacting with people. Like I don't want to be in my own head. Like I want to go talk to the trainers. I want to go on the field and talk to the managers and the student workers and just be like in the moment and not be trapped in my head. Like that's just not who I am. So yeah.
Makes sense. Okay, so what are your pregame rituals? Because everyone's is something different. Like for me, I know it sounds so crazy, right? I don't think I've ever said this on camera, but I used to put a quarter in my sock every time I played basketball. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. I think one day I just played and was like, I'm just gonna do it. So what are some of your pregame rituals?
I mean, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious.
Yeah.
But no, like really mine's is I go out before every game and play catch. It's actually realizing this now. The last 5 years I've played catch with the same person every time. So I'm gonna have to find a new person. So that's gonna be tough. But
Okay, well, so what does that recruiting process look like for that?
I know,
'Cause
right?
like,
Like,
what are your
that's a big
standards? Can we
deal.
create a list of like, what are you looking for? What does this person need to have? Qualities.
right? Yeah, so I'm gonna have to think about that. But no, it's just going on the field playing catch like a little kid, right? Just taking in, toe tipping on the sideline, just having fun.
Yeah, I would say also like just distracting myself from the big game. Not being focused, but just clearing my mind. Me and my teammate love to kick a basketball around and play soccer. Like I said, just taking our mind off of, the game ahead for as long as we can. And also just like, I don't know, eat some snacks, kind of, I don't know, walk around, talk to different people, like Jack said, and just like I said, take my mind off of the stressful side of things for sure.
What's that pregame meal looking like? That's the go-to. That's what we want to know.
Okay,
What are you
okay.
eating?
It's definitely a pasta. Notre Dame, I don't know, nutrition loves pasta for some reason. Staple in our pregame meals.
Carbs.
Yes,
Yeah, big
love the
carbs.
carbs. It's definitely pasta with some either tomato or Alfredo sauce, some chicken. Throw a little bread and some fruit in there, and then call it a day.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, I go the chicken route.
Okay.
And I do the pasta route, but I don't put any sauces. I just literally, it's just
Chicken and pasta.
chicken pasta, and
Just
then I'll
with-
have blueberries.
So no, it's not even pasta. Noodles.
Noodles,
So
just noodles. Yeah,
and chicken.
noodles, chicken.
Okay, you're
and then
very spontaneous.
Blueberries.
Wait, in the
No,
pasta?
like
a
on
side of. Okay, I was
But,
gonna
like
say.
that's the three things. Like every game, it's
Yeah.
gonna be chicken, noodles, and blueberries.
Every time. So you guys are pretty consistent. I love it. So before we let you go, I love to ask this question, right? And I want y'all to think about this. So there's so much that's on the internet, on social media, that we always see about you all and can learn about you guys. But what's one fun fact or one interesting fact that's not on Google that y'all can share with us about you? That you're like, nobody knows this, but I wish this was on Google. Yes, I'm going to ask you. Olivia's pondering. So Jack, I'm coming to you first. Like, what is that one fact that we don't know about you that's not on Google?
This is tough. Everything's on the internet nowadays.
But there's one thing I'm just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I wish.
yeah.
That you can share that Notre Dame fans should know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make you think. I hit y'all with a curveball on that one. Olivia, you got yours?
I'm a big gamer.
Really?
Yeah, big.
What is your gamer tag? Because
My gamer tag?
Yes. You can't tell.
I can't tell.
Okay.
That's smart. That's
I
smart.
can't tell. I can't tell.
I had to ask, right? Big gamer. So what games are you
Big
playing?
gamer. Call of Duty,
Okay.
NBA 2K, FIFA, the whole nine. Yeah.
That's cool.
Big gamer. Yeah.
Big gamer. All right. So we know Olivia's a gamer. Jack, I know you don't have much free time these days, but
Yeah.
I mean, what's the...
I guess like the guys in the locker room give me a lot of crap for this, but I only tee off with a four iron.
Oh, when you're
I
playing golf?
I don't use a driver.
You don't... Wait, what?
And
Even
let
on a
me
par
tell you,
five? On a par five,
par
you're using a
five, four iron straight down, like on the fairway.
Does it work?
Better than some of my teammates.
Wait, do you know how to use your driver?
I do, but
Okay.
it's not worth it to me. Like, I'll go straight and then do it again.
Four.
And
So you're playing a 4 all the way through, or you're going?
if
to
it's
your
a 5,
hybrid?
yeah, a 5, I'll go 4, and then whatever I
No
need.
5 hybrids, no 5, no.
No, I'm telling you.
You're not an iron
And
guy?
it works. And guys,
This is
they'll
ridiculous.
get all like, oh, you need to use your driver and stuff.
Right.
And then get up and shank it to the left. And I'm like, okay, I'll see ya. You guys find your ball. But yeah, that's something like, I mean, I don't know. People won't know that.
That you play with a 4 off
Yeah.
the tee.
Off the tee, no matter the hole.
A par 3, you're playing a 4?
Oh, no, par
Okay.
3, I might change it up.
What are you using? Okay, what are you using on a par 3? I need to know this. This is
8, I don't know, 7 or 8.
okay. Okay, I'm like 5 hybrid of a
Yeah.
par 3, but I mean you're a lot
Well, it
stronger
depends
than
what
me
the
too.
distance, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so 4, I like that. I like that. So before we let you all go, can you leave us with some thoughts or words of wisdom for Notre Dame fans as you all head into your upcoming season?
Yeah, I would say get your tickets now. I know that's not words of wisdom,
That's
but
a bar.
get your tickets now. It's gonna be a movie. I can't wait to go out there with my girls. Don't buy stock when we're in the season. Buy stock now, and invest in us, and just cheer us on and have our backs. You know, us girls we're trying our best every game, and we work very hard. So just your support means everything to us, and we appreciate you guys and every single person who comes out to support us. And that can't be overstated. So yeah, that's it for me.
I love it. Jack?
Yeah, I mean, so much is happening in college football right now. The playoff, the game, like so much is happening. But the one thing that the fans need to know is like be there, be loud, like get up in your seat, and come support the boys.
Guys, I so appreciate y'all. This has been a great conversation of getting, going outside of the lines, under the numbers, really learning who, you all are as human beings outside of your jerseys and your uniforms, but most importantly, the pride and legacy that you all carry for Notre Dame. So again, thank you for sitting down with us here in Under Armour. Can we give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? Great job, guys. Until next time, we'll see ya. We're out. Peace.